What's going on, guys? King Shrats here, back with another video on the channel. And today, I'm in the mood for ramen. Now, if you've seen the mukbang, I made ramen and ate it on there, but I never actually cook it. And I've gotten a few people asking me how I did make it, which I don't know why I didn't make a cooking video. It doesn't make sense. Now, when I make my ramen, I usually call it baller budget ramen because I tend to buy whatever proteins are on sale and then kind of go from there. And I use regular ramen packets. Now, you can buy the fresh noodles and all those lo mein and stuff if you want to be a food snob. I'm not going to judge you. But me being me, I like to ball on a budget, and these things are like 10 cents. So today, I'm going to use that ramen as my base. I've got some different meats that I found on sale, and I'm going to use some vegetables and kind of spice them up a little bit just to make it into a fancy looking meal. So without further ado, let's get started with the video. Now, the first thing that we're going to want to do is we're going to want to line our pressure cooker using vegetable stock. You can buy stock that's pre-made in the carton looking thing in the soup aisle. That's what I usually use. We're going to season this up with some salt and some pepper, nothing too crazy. I might add some red chili flakes to it. We're going to add red chili flakes to it because I want to make it a little spicy, and that's it. Now, the next step that we have here, these are actually turkey breasts. You can use chicken breast, you can use beef, you can use pork, you can use whatever you want to, but like I said, this was on sale. This was the day that it was going to be, the sell-by date. So when you catch stuff at the meat market, here's a tip. A lot of times if they're getting rid of stuff, they will have it where it's marked down to basically nothing, because if they don't sell it, they're going to throw it away. The meat's still good, but it only cost me like $2 for a pound, which is crazy when it comes to turkey. So I got it seasoned up. I used this red hot seasoning. I just want to try it. So I want to try a different seasoning blend. I also use pepper and garlic powder, even though this is garlic seasoning. So Albert garlic. If you don't know, you don't know. That's all we're going to do here. Going to be finished off on the stovetop and their breast. There's no bone in there, so they cook a lot faster. So all we're doing is we're going to pop the lid on. Show our lid set to seal. We already got this started. Just going to start the pressure cooker. It's on high, and we're going to make sure that this is on 5 minutes. Doesn't need to cook long at all. Once it pressurizes, it'll cook for itself, and then you just vent it. That's it. So we're going to let this go. It'll pressurize. Once it's done, you can let that vent go on the top. We'll move on to the next. So our chicken's done. We're just going to pull these out of here and put them onto our cutting board and let these chill out just so I can work with them. They're still a little too hot for me to cut, but I'm going to cut them into strips and then finish them off in the pan. Started my pan already. You can see over here, it's already hot, so I'm just going to add a little bit of olive oil to that, and I'll cut these bad boys up, show you what I do next. We got our pan heated up. I only use about a teaspoon of olive oil, just enough to coat the pan. You don't need anything crazy. I'm not trying to fry this thing. I'm just trying to coat the pan. With some garlic. I've got that same turkey. Now, I just added a little bit of Thai curry seasoning and soy sauce. The Thai curry seasoning is from a bottle. You can buy your favorite marinades. I just try to find some that has low calories and taste decent. Take that same one, throw that in there. Now, we're just going to char this just a little bit, but they're already cooked, so we're just going to char a little bit just to get that seasoning nice and happy. Now, you can see as it's cooked, I got this off to the side. I got some steamed broccoli. Now, this is just steamed from a bag. You buy it in the produce section. You can get the frozen one, too. It works exactly the same. Turn it on the other side. Toss those together. Ran that for about 3 to 4 minutes just to get a little bit of char on it, just for the outside so they're not mushy. And then we got a little bit more of that Thai curry sauce. We're going to throw it right in the middle. Toss that one more time. My magic. And we're going to set that aside on a plate because that's going to go on top later. We'll make it look a lot prettier than it does right now, but I don't care what it looks like while it's on that plate. We got our raw peeled the vein shrimp. I just hit it with some garlic, some soy sauce, some pepper. I didn't use salt because all the other stuff has salt in it. It doesn't need extra, in my opinion, because I try not to go overdo with the sodium. And I'm going to add some chili sauce. It's about a tablespoon, but not too much. I do have extra in here that I'm going to add at the very end. Just enough to coat it. We've got our old reliable hot pan. Olive oil's down already. Going to take our shrimp. Throw those bad boys on. This isn't going to take longer than maybe a minute or two once this thing gets hot. A little hotter than this, so that's my L. But once this thing heats up, it's going to get pretty done for cooked. Now, shrimp's like a built-in thermometer if you don't know. The shrimp is gray right now. When they turn completely pink or white, the pinkish white color straight through, you can see them already turning. They're done. Take them off. You don't want to cook them any longer than that because the shrimp becomes really, really tough. I'm going to let these sit for a little bit, move them around a little bit. They'll be done in about a minute or two. That shrimp is about done. We're just going to throw it back into a nice clean bowl. Give me a second because I don't want to spill this. I only got one hand. All right, now as you can see, I stuffed 4 packs of ramen. One of them kind of broke apart because I have butterfingers. But inside of that same broth, and I added this net attachment to it. The reason I did that is I'm actually going to put 3 eggs on here, and we're going to soft boil these, or medium boil these. They're not going to be completely soft. But what you want to do with this is real simple. I'm going to pop the lid back on. The only difference with this one is that I'm going to use the same pressure cooker thing with the eggs inside, but I have to set it to low. The reason that you set it to low is that if you set it to high, the eggs will actually burst. Trust me, I've done it before. 3 minutes is all you need. Press the start button, Same exact process. When it's done, you'll have some fresh ramen cooked and some eggs that are cooked through. The ramen's done underneath. Now, I'm gonna put these in some cold water. I should have had ice, but I forgot to actually fill up my ice cube tray. But if it's better to put these in an ice bath, but I'm just gonna see what it does with these. They might actually cook a little more than usual. That's my L, I should have checked before. As you can see, I got our peeled eggs on the cutting board. I got that shrimp done. We're just gonna take a little bit more of that chili sauce and throw it on the top and toss it again just to get it nice and happy. Yes, I like when my food's happy. Like my dog yawning in the background. All right, so we got our eggs put on the top of the ramen, which we added to the bowl with the mixed vegetables that I always use. It's just a bag of mixed vegetables. You didn't need to see that. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I did something special. I just added a little bit of chili powder to the top of the eggs. Now we're gonna take our chicken and we're just gonna lay everything over the top, one by one, just for the presentation. You don't have to do this if you don't care about getting cute, but I won't hold you up and do this the entire time. I'm gonna lay these across and we'll move on to the next. So there's the chicken. Next, we lay the broccoli down. Same process, one by one, just so it looks uniform and individual. I'll be back. All right, chicken's down. Last step, got that shrimp. I'm just gonna throw that down, just because you don't need to be pretty with shrimp, right? Product, folks. Thai chili shrimp, Thai curry chicken, Thai curry broccoli. Y'all know that. Mixed veggies. Got the hard-boiled eggs. And I swear there are noodles underneath there. You'll see them later. Promise. Wait, hold on. There we go. Get in there. I'm not going to act like I didn't just place the shrimp in there instead of just grabbing it. No cap here. All right, who wants some noodles? Oh, I have to act like I don't like my own food. This is fantastic. My favorite part, honestly, just by trying it, is that chili sauce. Went down into the soup mix. And the same thing with all the sauces I use, like on the curry chicken. It's in the noodles too. So it's like egg. It just adds something to it. It feels like I'm eating 4 different kinds of ramen because of the different sauces. Like I said, it went down into the broth. And the noodles kind of soaked it up. All in all, I think this whole thing costs, including the shrimp, I think 9 and change, I want to say. And the big buy was the shrimp, which was like $5, maybe 6. So maybe about $10. I'm not gonna do the math in my head, but something like that. Probably should have kept the receipt, but not bad considering I'm eating this in theory. This is my meal for the day. And it cost me $10. Even if you did the same thing with rice, it's still cheap eats, which I love. You know, I love bowling on a budget. And it is very, very tasty. I have to stop eating this, but I can't. That is good. We'll get you one more. We'll get you one more. I had to pull myself away from this because, all right, no, we're just gonna get one more piece of shrimp. One more piece. But it's really good. Doesn't take a long time to make. Honestly, between the pressure cooker and everything, probably takes about 15 minutes. And this would probably feed about 4 or 5 people, or one me, which is a good thing. But that is gonna be the end of the video. If you guys have something that you might wanna see made, you know, I like ideas, different concepts off you, or something maybe I've made in the past. If you check my Instagram link is below. If you look through the feed and you see something, you say, how do you make that? I'll throw that on here too, because I make a lot of meals and sometimes I forget things, to be perfectly honest. It's been 4 years. But that's gonna be in the video. Enjoy, you guys. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I love you. We'll be back soon. Another one, new content. Bye.